No, you don't. To start a funding company, all you need is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi and information.
And people will pay it because it's a service that everybody needs. So it's not hard to make. The hardest thing is just getting your, making sure you have the clients.
Okay, so you hear a lot of people talking about improve your credit. You need good credit so that way you can have stuff cheaper. We're talking about interest rates and payments. So that way you can go get a loan or a credit card, right? So that way you can invest that money into something else that can make you cash. But what if literally just having the knowledge in your head to improve credit, to go get funding, can just create you an income stream that you can use over and over and over again? Right. Well, I'm here with the Barnetts. They're the subject matter experts here on this channel on all things credit and funding. And they're going to break down how can you create an income stream just off of the knowledge of credit and funding and having good credit as well. So thank y'all for coming back on the channel. We're going to get straight into it. So if all I have is a perfect credit score, how in the world could I make money from my credit or from my knowledge of credit?
Yeah, so with us, we were able to take our knowledge of credit and funding, and we were able to accumulate over $500,000 in funding ourselves. So that brought in money, but we were also able to actually make 6 figures within 7 months of just having this knowledge. So that was like a life-changing experience for us, just being able to make 6 figures as beginning entrepreneurs, not really knowing a whole lot about credit, not really knowing a whole lot about funding, but we were able to take that knowledge, not only apply it for ourselves and get the funding and get the credit scores, but also turn it into a business. So one of the main things I would say is just starting your first credit repair company, because once you fix your own credit, you can start fixing it for your family. You can start fixing it for your friends and everyone else. Because once you fix it for another person, the first thing they're going to do is go tell somebody else. And just by doing that alone creates an income source. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, how is that so? The average credit repair costs anywhere from $500 to $1,500, if not more, depending on where you live. So if you think about it, if you go in your phone book right now on your call log, you got 10 people in a group chat that I'm sure needs credit repair. If you charge each of them $1,000 on the low end, that's $10,000 just like that. And people will pay it because it's a service that everybody needs. So it's not hard to make. The hardest thing is just getting your, making sure you have the clientele. But once you get somebody else and boost their credit 100 points or so, they're going to tell somebody else, and there's your next client right there. And you also have to leverage your relationships with other people. Like if you work somewhere, use that to get your clients. If you have a huge social media following, use that. But you don't have to, don't get it mixed up. You don't have to have a huge social media following to get that. You can do that with any following.
All right.
When it comes to funding, there's really no cap to funding, because I can go out here and get, JT, I can go out here and get you thousands of dollars, and there won't be no cap to that.
What's the most y'all made, without saying the client name or anything personal like that, but off of working with just one client? Because I know somebody out here might think I need 100,000 clients to make $100,000. So what kind of money can you make off of if they could just get one client from the contacts in their phone, like Keisha said?
Well, it all depends on where a client credit score at.
Okay.
Well, not credit score, but credit profile, I'm sorry. Because we had a client come to us with their profile structure right and their credit score where it needed to be. And we was able to get a $13,000 payout on one client.
It didn't take us long at all. So $13,000 for that one client. But when you think about, when you go back, like when Ty mentioned the credit scores, so some clients come to us, they pay us for credit repair, we get their credit fixed, and then they need funding, so they're paying us for the service of funding as well too. So that's like now you get, paid more than once from one client.
All right. Do I got to wait till my credit is good before I start credit repair and funding for other people?
No. And in fact, like I said, when you're learning the credit yourself, and if you're doing little things here and there for yourself, use that as a service to offer. Like if you learn how to remove inquiries, it's a simple task. Use that, charge people for it. Like it's all about making the money so that you can, we all want to be entrepreneurs, right? So why not do it with the things that you're doing for yourself? If you go out here and you know how to go to a bank and go get $10,000, if you can do it for you, you can do it for somebody else and just charge them a service on doing the same thing.
Absolutely. And I know a lot of people going to like the fact you said you made $13,000 off of one client, but let's go a little bit deeper for somebody out there that wants more clarity on it. So how much does it cost to start a funding company? Do I need to have 10, 15, 20,000 to start one?
No, you don't. To start a funding company, all you need is Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi and information. You got Wi-Fi, information, and knowledge, because when you're doing funding, you got to know what banks to go to. You got to know when to apply, and you got to know how to apply. Because if you don't, you're going to wind up getting somebody a bunch of inquiries.
Exactly.
Okay.
And once, like I said, just having that Wi-Fi in your phone or laptop, whatever you're going to need, with that knowledge, like he mentioned, it's unlimited, because you got to think about it. millions of banks out here. I ain't saying you're gonna go to all of them, but once you know which bank that customer might, qualify for, you run them through as many banks as you can by, in the proper way by doing what you call a funding sequence. And when you do that, you're able to stack up their approvals, and then you're gonna get paid after that.
Absolutely, right. Because when you know how to apply and when to apply, we can take a customer, we can take a client through TransUnion and get them anywhere from $5,000 to $250,000, and just do it with the next bureau and the next bureau.
All right, so it's a great business we can start with. Zero out-of-pocket expense for us. You gotta have the knowledge in your head, though, of course, right? So none of this, it take money to make money. It could help you, but don't let that hurt you. So if you're somebody that says, I don't got $10,000 right now to start a business, you could still start a funding company, but you gotta learn the right knowledge, right? Don't go out here and try to do it alone, because what you can do is make a bad name for yourself. So you go out here and you watch YouTube videos, try to piece it together. You get somebody 1,000 inquiries on their credit report. Now they're going to tell everybody never work with you again. So tap in and learn from some practitioners, learn from the Barnetts, learn from people that know here's exactly the right way to do it. So that way you actually don't mess up that person's profile. You get them all the money that they want. And now they're going to go tell other people, hey, go see you when it's time to grow that business, start that business, and etc. Right? Your most valuable asset is time. So we can make money, lose money, and make it back again if we got enough time. Right? So don't waste your time. Right? Go ahead and tap in with these people that can show you, like, here's how to do it right the first time. All right. So we know it doesn't take much money to start. Now, another question that somebody has is, well, is it slow money? Like, so, okay, I could start it with just knowledge. If I tap in with y'all and stay tuned to the end of this video, I'll make sure you know how to directly contact them and work with them. But I got the knowledge in my head. I got clients. I'm getting them results. And am I getting paid 6 months from now, 12 months from now? How fast is the money if my bills are due, let's say on the 1st of the month?
Listen, you can make that money within the same week. So literally about 2 weeks ago, we got a client approved for $55,000. They needed it, for I think one of their businesses or something. But we got them approved for $55,000. From the day it hit their bank, we were paid like 2 days later. So you can get paid within the same week or 2 weeks, depending on. We always get paid, like Ty always says, on the back end. So once they get their funding, you get the money after that.
And it's absolutely not a slow business, because we got to think about it. It's millions of people out here who need credit repair, and it's millions of people out who need funding, because people need money. Like, they get behind on their bills. They need to pay down utilization. They need to get money to put down a down payment on a home or a car. So they always gonna need the money. Now you just became the plug.
Absolutely. All right, you guys. So now you know that you can go out and make money by helping other people improve their credit, and you can help people with funding. What I love about this business is that I tell you guys the best definition I ever heard of sales is when you figure out how to help somebody get what they already want. So you're not trying to create demand. Creating demand is a slow process, and it's an expensive process. So with the credit repair business, you don't got to make somebody want a car, make somebody want a house, or make somebody want whatever it is. They just know their credit ain't good enough to have it. So that credit repair business is helping somebody get what they already want. On the funding side, okay, yeah, they got good credit, but I don't know how to get 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, right? Most people, the only big credit lines or access to credit they ever had was when they bought their house or maybe their car, depending on the car. So you having that knowledge of, no, here's how to get the money for your personal account, for your business account, for whatever your needs may be, that's an asset as well. So intellectual property is what we call it in the business world. And I think IP is the most valuable asset you can have. So real estate is cool. Stock is cool. Money is cool. But the knowledge in your head, nobody can ever take that away from you. So I want to give you all the opportunity to connect with them. They have experience of getting results. They already lost money, made money, figured out all of the hard stuff, and now are willing to share it with you all as well. So can you tell them a little bit about your upcoming training, what they can expect to learn?
Yes, so we do have a free class every week that's going to show you pretty much how to go from wherever you are with your credit to a 700 plus credit. We're going to show you how to get access to over 50K in funding, and we're also going to show you how to start that credit repair and funding business, all there so that you guys can know how to have your first 6 figures without, like I said, having to do hard sales, without having to leave your home. It's going to be all from the comfort of your own home, actually from anywhere you want it to be, because it's only involving your Wi-Fi and your phone.
All right. So, hey, links to that is underneath this video. Tap in with them. Till next time, some hustlers stay hustling. JT Automations, I'm gone.